Welcome to Let's Play Gran Turismo 5 Part 12, and today we're going to be doing the European Classic Car Championship. And off camera I did a bunch of money grinding. I went through and played the World Compact Car Race like 3 times, and eventually I got this to show up in the used dealership. This Jensen Interceptor Mark III from 1974. And I'm hoping that it won't be super overpowered. So, let's begin. Well, just looking at that, it already looks like it's gonna be... Okay, it's gonna... Oh boy. This might be a bit of a... That might be a little dominating here. So, entry requirements. Has to be from 1960 or later, or 1970... not or. 1979 or later. Has to be from the UK, France, Germany, Italy, Spain, Belgium, Sweden, or the Netherlands. Let's do this. First place we're going to is the Circuito de Madrid Mini. Alright. So, I don't think I've ever actually driven one of these in this game before. But I'm going to leave a little bit of traction control on, turn active steering off. I'm not doing... If you're wondering what all this was on, I just got done doing the IA license. And by the time you see this video, that video will have been uploaded, but I haven't gotten to edit that video yet, so. Alright, let's do this. I didn't see how long this race was. Oh, is this the reverse circuit? Yes, it is. Huh. I forgot to change the oil on this thing before I started. That's fine. This, well, at first glance, this thing probably isn't going to need it, because although it doesn't look like it, this thing's actually kind of fast. 384 horsepower. I'm assuming most of the other guys probably have like, I think, look at the typical opponent list. Everything else here was like sub 200. Some of them, I'm pretty sure, even sub 150. So, holy crap, this is actually pretty fast. Oh, day 110. Oh, crap. Honestly, against all odds, this thing actually does handle kind of nicely. Even though it's this hatchback thing with the V8, it actually handles pretty nicely. Yeah, of course, it's going to spin some tires. I think this is the only PS3 era game that this car appeared in. I don't believe this car is in GT6. I don't really understand why, though. Because, I mean, just about... Yeah, I think for the most part, every car from GT5, except for like 2 more that I can think of, aside from this, was in GT6. And I think that was the Corvette final prototype that was in this game, which was replaced by just the production C7 Corvette. And then I think it was the Gran Turismo 4 edition of the Nissan 350Z. And I think there's more, but like all the GT Academy cars, but I'm not counting those because those are just different versions of road cars, so, or cars that are already in the game, so. I wonder if I can try and get a sub 1 minute lap at this track. Well, I'm not going to be doing it by doing that, that's for sure. The car I was actually trying to get to do this was the 1976 Volkswagen Golf GTI. But I saw this in there before I saw that, Although I don't actually think that's in the used car dealership. Or it wasn't when I bought this. I got a sub 102. That's pretty good, I'd say. Although I definitely think a sub 1 minute is possible in this track, in this car. All right, you got an 8-second gap over the A110, and this probably is going to automatically go off before the next car before the final car crosses. Because that mini Marcos, I'm pretty sure, is not fast at all. Okay, never mind. So a 24-second gap over the mini Marcos, and then an 8-second gap over the A110. So yeah, this thing is pretty fast. Also, I got to level 14 off camera. Although that doesn't really matter because you need to be level 15 to do the S license. Alright, and everything is loaded up. We're now at Côte d'Azur, which is basically just, I want to say, copyright-free version of the Monaco racetrack. I'm just going to leave it as is. I don't even know why I went in there. Let's see. So we're going up against A110, G4, Triumph Spitfire, Lotus Europa, Giulia Sprint GTA, A310. I'm trying to think what that is. I can't think of it. Another Mini Marcos, a Golf GTI, and then a Spider 1600. Alright, let's do this. I am kind of curious as to why they never officially licensed Monaco. Well, I think this track was added to the GT3 era, and I think the budget for that game is probably a lot tighter than it was. And I guess they just never bothered to get around to changing it, I guess. Although I feel like if this track was to come back in GT7, they would probably just call it the Monaco GP or something. Or whatever the official track name is. I don't actually know what the official track name is. Oops. Oh crap. Oh. For the longest time I actually thought this was a DLC track for some reason. I don't really know why. But I did. You know, because the only DLC tracks in this game were Kart Space, Spa-Francorchamps was a DLC track. And then something I didn't realize until only a couple years ago, Motegi was in this game as a DLC. I had no idea. When I first had this game, I have the XL edition, so it comes a whole bunch of DLC. Although it doesn't redeem now, so I had to do a cheeky little bit of save editing with my main profile to get it back because we paid for it. Well, I didn't pay for it, but so I was 6. Yeah, I had almost all the DLC. I had the I think the only ones I was missing was the N24 Academy GTR and then the Twin Ring Motegi. Oh. And I was missing the Twin Ring Motegi DLC, although I didn't even know that existed until not too long ago. I have them both now on my main profile. It was only a 2-lap race. I wasn't really looking at that. Actually, now that I think about it, I don't think a single premium car that you can buy in the dealerships can be used in this event. Because I think the 300 SL is too old, and I'm pretty sure that's the only one that you could use. Well, there's... Never mind, there is the Ferrari 512 BB, so you could use that, but I didn't feel like grinding for over 100,000 credits, so I instead grinded for 80,000 and bought this. And honestly, I don't regret it, because I actually like this car. I'm trying to cleanly this time rather than just cut that there. Oh crap. Unfortunately, my atrocious driving still needs some work. I feel like this car shows up in another event somewhere, but I don't remember where. Alright, there we go. The Classic European Car Championship, or race, whatever, is done. Finished with a 3-second gap over the A110, which is much smaller than the 8-second gap over the last race. And then a 17, almost 18-second gap over the Mini Marcos. Unfortunately, we are still quite a bit of ways from being able to do the S license. Anyways, let's go grab the prize car. Well, we only have 2 more events left. 2 more events left in the beginner series. We have a lot more events left to do in this game. Win a Kubelwagen Type 82 from 1944. Nice. That's probably never going to use this, but I'll take it. Ooh, it's a premium car too. I'm actually really curious about how they managed to model. Oh, I got a trophy. How they managed to model one of these. Although I feel like Volkswagen probably has one of these stored away somewhere. Got a new horn. That's pretty cool. Alright, let's check out our Kubelwagen. I feel like this thing was sold as the Volkswagen thing here at one point. But it could be wrong. In fact, I probably am wrong. Anyways, that's going to wrap it up for this part of Gran Turismo 5. In the next episode, we're going to be doing the World Classic Car Championship, or whatever it's called. I really should look more into what these events are called. Anyways, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye!